Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're sat at the steel mill station just outside of Palmdale, to the west of it, no, to the east of it, complete opposite side. The train just pulling in is actually an issue. Well, it's not so much the train, it's what it carries. And it surprised me. I spent several hours just sitting and watching the map on fast forward and finding things to address today. One of them is going to be a little bit of a rework at this station. Not too much. We're going to make some tiny changes that have a fairly big impact on our network and a knock-on effect as well. Very much butterfly effect is what we're going to be doing. Also, the logs are problematic, but I have a solution. And it was a little surprising. I tried a few things and we're going to go and do that. Everything I did to test out and monitor the map has been deleted, so this is how it was at the end of the previous episode. So you haven't missed anything. We're going to do all that together. That should hopefully set up this map nicely once I've made these changes for an update of the save game. UI is up. First off, this is the fun bit. We're going to get our vehicles up and we're going to order them by terrible to awesome. And we're going to do this. 50% extra running costs. I think we'll be fine. But we'll see. It's going to be pricey, but that means our entire fleet of buses, trucks, trams and trains are all going to be at 100% eventually. Okay then, let's start today with our little tweak to this network. Finally, we're going to upgrade these tracks and these arches are going. We're going to have the faster bridge. So we're going to speed up this junction quite a bit, including the cornering will be a little bit faster. I did go ahead and upgrade all the track around Palmdale as well. So it matches all the way through now, including the through station, which in itself has increased the throughput of all the trains passing through here. They all run quite a bit faster and it goes all the way up to where it was a new track up there, which is heading towards our oil, which was our original issue, wasn't it? We fixed that. That has a knock-on effect. And actually, yes, before we do the upgrades, let me show you why we are doing it. That might be helpful. We fixed the oil situation, didn't we? It took us quite a few episodes to do that. And then planks were lacking, so we fixed the logging issue a little bit. Well, it was a sort of a band-aid solution. It's still a bit broken and we're going to visit that today as well and fix it, or at least improve it anyway. Now it's steel. Steel isn't keeping up. And this train's going to sit here, not waiting for plastic anymore. As you can see there, we are full on our plastic. There's not much we can do with this situation. This is fine, in fact. I'm just going to double check our trains are all stopping correctly. They are. We can, firstly, improve our steel train. I did notice it still has the Yoldi wagons on the back. We're going to have to go back all the way to the other station. What's that? That's our oil train. This guy has the new stuff on, doesn't he? Yeah, he's got the new wagons on. Lots of steam and smoke. It's very busy this road now, isn't it, as we go through the eras. This whole junction rework we're going to do today is all part of this train's issues. I'll let him go and do a run, but in fact, no, I'll let him go and do a run. When he's empty, we'll update him because we'll fast forward it and let him go up there. We're still in profit, guys, even with all of our maintenance shoved up to the sun. Upgrading this to faster bridges really helps these trains. This junction is a little slow. We are going to gain a bit of speed by upgrading the tracks. Where's the speed layout? It slows down. Oh no, it doesn't slow down, does it? We're at 75 there. Let's see what upgrading the tracks does for us. It's 75 currently. It actually goes up to 95. That's kind of nice, isn't it? 95, yeah. I think the only reason they slow down is with the new deceleration setting. Most of the time they are flying through this corner. Nicely demonstrated. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But yeah, this whole section now is going to get a little upgrade of the tracks. We can do this end and then we'll redo these bridges as well. So there's no point doing that or past this piece of track here onto the bridge. We're going to let this train run past. I was waiting for a nice quiet period, which there are not many of. It's very busy, but it's mostly moving. You see, we've got our coal train there waiting to go in to the platform. Are you past the bridge? Yeah, you are. Is there any other train? You're up the hill. Perfect. Right. So the issue we have is, let's just see what we can see. So you can see all the trains on there. Is the ones pulling off and heading to Phoenix there, bypassing the Montgomery section of track. This whole network up here. It's a nice little bypass direct to the Phoenix Freight Hub. This small section just here is where they trip up. And to keep things moving and flowing, we're going to move this crossover here so that it's back onto our new bridge we're about to build and then drift up, and we'll nicely separate the traffic. It's only these two trains we need to worry about, the mixed goods line and the steel train. Not only that, it gives us an excuse to upgrade this section of track as well. We only need to get rid of the bridge. The rest of it we can do by our upgrade tools. Same with this, just because we're going to have the new style bridges, or the faster bridges. We may switch it to concrete at some point. No catenary. We're not going to run electrics down here. We're sticking with our story, by the way, as far as our viaduct is concerned. We're not allowed to touch that. All the other bridge over at the oil well. There we go. And we want... oh, we'll do it the other way around. We'll check the speeds once we're done, but it should be rather pleasant now coming across here. These have a maximum speed of 112 miles an hour, but I don't want our freight to actually do that sort of speed. Ever. It's possible in game they can go up to 99, isn't it? The maximum freight. But it just feels too fast for freight. I don't know why. I mean, it is a thing, express freight, isn't it? Right, let's get you updated. This is kind of nice, isn't it? This has been like this for quite a while. And even this little section, I'm hoping we can get away with it, but I'd like that upgraded as well. What's the curve speed on that currently? I mean, it's going to be limited to 56 regardless, but track speed 40 and 41. Let's see what that turns into. I don't think we're going to gain much speed on this. It might be a waste of time. Oh, it's actually 46. That's interesting. 46 is just the same. It's just the same. So in hindsight, we could have left that as is. Now I want the arches back, because that is pointless. We may as well have the nice arches remain then. We have gained a little bit of speed because of the faster track. So yeah, and we don't get anywhere near the limits. That's actually nice. We've got an excuse to have the stone bridge still. This is remnants of when it was all stone. Missed a bit of an upgrade there. Well, I think we're good now, aren't we? On our upgrades? Yes. We just need a new way across up into this section. Oh, get rid of that. It's making it lag. So now we want to cross earlier. And we can only cross completely on a bridge or not at all. It's going to be a little bit wiggle jiggle to find us a part where, there we go, where we've got the, oh, is that how that's going to look? Hopefully it doesn't look like that by the time we're done. We'll keep going. Why are you doing that, game? That's awful. I'm going to do this until that doesn't happen. We will get it to work, I promise. Okay, there we go. It was just too close up that end. There we go. And then straight after this junction, we're going to skip up. In fact, if we go straight into here, we can branch off from this section. So we're going to remove this junction just here, and we're going to remove that back up to the station there. Given we are doing this, perhaps it might be time to add us a little bit of an extension for this platform, because I did see it fill up a few times. Let's get us an extra platform length. There we go. You've got a bit more storage space on there. Since we're moving the junction further this way, that shouldn't be a problem then, should it? And then we'll drag this up to direct into that platform, which should mean keeps our mixed goods train moving. This actually isn't necessary anymore. We put that in case I wanted to have the platforms further down. I mean, it might work if we wanted to turn around in this platform and head back up to Phoenix, but I don't think we're going to do that, and we can always add it back if we want to. Right, then this one is just going to drift in up there, which is much nicer, isn't it? We avoid all of this going on. I'm just making sure we've got enough. Yeah, we've got enough width there, haven't we? Let's get some signals back in. We now only need a single signal just here. These only go straight through the station. Everything coming this way. And we can have it, I guess we can have it on the bridge. It doesn't look too terrible. Oh, that needs to be one way though. Let's dictate some traffic here. I'm happy today though. I do know the correct plural for caboose. The slang plural is caboose, as in goose and geese. But the correct plural is cabooses. I say cabooses in jest. I didn't think for a second that's what it was. It was just the correct word is clumsy regardless. So yeah. But I know for sure now, thanks to the dictionary. I should have looked that up, shouldn't I? Anyway, Grand, what are you doing? We need this. I guess down this end should be fine. I don't know whether we've got the perfect gap here. We can always make sure it's perfect, but this should be heading that way, shouldn't it? We will need these. Only for the main line though, because it'll be whether we're going off to Phoenix or continuing up to Montgomery. So that will be on there. And this one will just be a standard signal. I guess we could have a matching tall one, although it wouldn't make sense, would it? It would be more like that. Yeah, I'm gonna run with that. Let's get you in there. Make sure you sit nicely. You're a bit close to the track, but it's fine. You sit on there just about, don't you? There's plenty of support there. Let's get us one of these signals on. Oh yeah, they sit on there very nicely. Lots of bolting through. Obviously we don't want that one way. There we go. And we should be good up that end. We've gained a little bit of extra space here. I mean, we could add another building on here. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, the extra platform length is fine because we need the length now for our newer trains, don't we? Cargo buildings. Should we go with just a couple of these on there? It's just so we've got enough of a buffer, because sometimes they get held up and we don't want to be wasting any of our products, do we? We can have another signal on here. Right, now we need a signal down. Oh, you're going to ruin it, aren't you? Why would you do that? Oh dear. Yeah, it's little things. We may need to redo that. Right, I'm going to do it. And then we're going to redraw that with the signal already in. And then hopefully we don't get that shenanigans going on. Right, lessons learned. Put the signals in first. At least there's a way around it. As long as there's a way around it, I don't mind the little quirks. It's just live and learn, isn't it, as far as that's concerned. Yeah. Oh, come on. oh, that tickled me. Yeah, apparently don't touch the signal either. I'll do it again. There you go, guys. I redrew it again and edited that out so you didn't watch me do it for the 900th time. I'm scared to touch anything on this bridge at this point. You're good. You're good. Right, what has that done to our lines? Probably broke them horrendously. No, it's still working, isn't it? And we can still pass through if we want to use... I don't know why we'd use the alternative platforms, but it works. Yeah, it still stays out of the way of the Phoenix branch line. That's nice. That's nice, yes. As you can see there, it's kind of beautiful, isn't it, the way it separates now, and there's plenty of room there as well. The minimum of distance, which is all you need. So that's that sped up quite a bit, and it's also going to increase throughput of traffic at that junction when we've got to deal with our Phoenix trains coming through. In fact, we probably want an extra signal here because we're going to be moving slower than the main line, and we don't want to be waiting too long, do we, for our trains to come through. So somewhere up here, please don't change that over there. That it has nothing to do with this bridge, please. Signals, just a couple of standard blocking signals would be one way. Don't change the bridge, don't do anything. There we go. Are we good? Have you changed the bridge? No. That should help our train. If we've got 2 Phoenix trains back to back up here, it'll go a little sooner now. We don't actually use this section, but we'll leave it in case we do decide to use it at some point. I can't see why, but who knows? Who knows? Right, are we good? I think we are. We've gained a little bit of everything. Where's our steel train? You should be going fine. Where are you heading? Montgomery Lumber, which is our line up here. We've got to make sure that the game hasn't decided to change the platform assignments. They have not. Well done. We are surprisingly always waiting on steel. It doesn't look like it at the moment, but we are waiting on steel for Palmdale because we are not making enough. There's plenty of reasons for that. We are not delivering the full amount here. We could actually increase the length of this, couldn't we, by one more? I think we've got a bit of room. Well, let's hit play. Get things rolling. And once we've done this, we'll go and take a look at the logs and stick it on fast forward. And hopefully it will give these a little time to settle down. But I think we've got the space for our coal train here. I mean, there's no way to avoid the main line with our coal train crossing. It's got to cross one way or another. So I don't mind it crossing, turning around in here. That's fine. I mean, we could divert it and have some sort of turnaround, but it would still have to cross. We'd have to make some sort of ridiculous flyover or something for it to turn around, which would be fine if I didn't want a little bit of realism. Right. I think you have quite a bit of length. If we are going to extend this by, I would say 2. Yeah, we'll go 2. What sort of line rate do we have at the moment on our coal? Our coal is up to Palmdale Coal Freight 262. I think we can do better than that. And we can take a look at the new caboose we've unlocked. The cabooses. Managed vehicle. Let's get you a couple more gondolas on the back. We'll give you a new caboose as well. 1, 2. 2 more on there. And then the new caboose is this one, which is the same, 75 miles per hour. We could have these on there to limit the speed of all of our trains. I guess we're going to be sticking with these until they vanish to make sure we're only doing 75. I think eventually we will be doing the 99 mile per hour stuff, but our track layouts should limit the speed a little bit. Right, let's hit play and watch that go by as our, what's that one? Our mixed goods train is flying by now. And it will continue to fly by as we've sped up the bridge that it's about to cross. Everything's moving quite nicely, isn't it? We have our... what's that one coming down here? Is that... I don't know who that is. Next to the coal train. Is that Boxcar Joe? Boxcars are kind of small. Oh, do you have old boxcars on? Possibly. There goes the new caboose. And Boxcar Joe is stuck behind him. I mean, we could speed him up as well, couldn't we? We'd have to completely change your wagons, but we could speed him up and stick him at the same length. Manage vehicle. Since we're going to do all of our trains on this line, why not? Boxcar Joe, you are currently 279 metres. We're going to leave his loco on there. We'll put on the Frisco caboose as well. Why not? Bit of variety. And what do we want? We want the new boxcars. So I don't want them in red though, Boxcar Joe. You can have them similar colour to what you had them. So that'll be like a brown. We'll just paint them brown. Oh, don't change his whole colour. What have you done? No, get rid of that. What did you do there? We want to colour it up here, Grand. Dear oh dear. Is that a good brown? I think so. That'll do. Right, what was the 170? Well, we can bring this up. What was your length, sir? You are 179 metres and 240 capacity. So as long as you're better than that. Are we picking up a mixture of goods? Oh, I don't know now. I don't think so, because that's not an even number. You've got 20 wagons on at the moment. 278 metres, but we've got to stick the caboose on, haven't we? Let's add the caboose on the back. Oh, not coloured. No, take the colour off. 290. And what happens if we take off 1? 275. 270 capacity versus 240. I'll take that. Absolutely. Right, and then you've got the new wagons on. We're going to do the same with the steel train as well. He should be up there soon. I'm hoping he's already got up there. That'd be lovely if he is. Have you? That's him. There we go. It's on the way back. Let's give you your upgrade. And again, we're going to keep his loco on there. Just because I like it. Oh, yes. And what was your details? You are... This is possibly going to be key, his length. We might extend it a little bit. Capacity is 180. Length is 220. Up to 220 there. We could go a little bit over, can't we? You can have that on. 229. Sure, it's only 9 metres difference. Famous last words. 198 capacity. We're definitely going to need to increase throughput now, aren't we? But we'll do that next episode, because I have promised now for a few episodes to fix this, and we're going to do it briefly. And we should see quite a bit of... Oh, actually, it's sorted itself out. But no, it needs to be better than that. Oh, wow. Colour me surprised, but that looks rather balanced now for some reason. Now, when I was testing this, I hadn't changed the other bit of the network, so I don't know whether that has triggered a better bit of balancing down here, because it did get a bit skew-whiffy when I was watching it. But it was at the end of the episode. I started it and it was already broken, kind of. It wasn't the best of balancing. I don't want to touch that now. That's kind of nice. That's almost to maximum, isn't it? Because we need 400 total. And we've got almost 200 on each. I mean, it's not perfect, but that is pretty well done, game. What I might do is change these to not wait until full. That means they never hold up our other trucks down here. It's slightly less profit doing that, because they'll be running with different loads on. But we can also remove a truck, is what my testing showed. If we look now, we've got 196. It is the faster line. Yeah, and it's still going. I'm not sure why it's trying to throw that much over at Montgomery logging. Because I feel like one more truck is just going to throw that through the roof, isn't it? Although it does have wait until full, so we might be able to get away with it. I'll tell you what. We'll do it. We'll add another one on there. It's pushed it up to 209. We want 400, ideally. I mean, we've got 97%. And we'll switch this to not wait until full. And we might be able to remove a truck off there and still maintain a very healthy line rate. So we'll manage the line on this. Remove the wait until full. Load full any. And they will space themselves out eventually. We'll just see what sort of line rates we've got there. There we go. It's bumped it up to 249. It was limited to just under 200 because we were waiting until full. But I wasn't sure exactly how much we were over the 200. And the best way to do that is to remove any wait until full. And that gives you a fairly accurate line rate at its absolute maximum. So what we can do now is find an empty truck on the way back. You an empty truck. I almost clicked on someone's personal vehicle there. That would have been awful for them. And we'll sell you? Yeah, let's get rid of you. There we go. Does that still give us enough line rate? That should do. That should do. And we'll let that settle down. And then, at the end of the next episode, I will remember. And if I don't, you're free to use all caps at me. We'll look back at this and see how the industry has rebalanced it, I should say. That was actually pretty good, wasn't it? I don't know whether there was a hiccup there. We had made some changes during the lifetime of these lines. I would imagine when we changed the bridges back at Palmdale at the steel mill station, it did a quick refresh or quick recalculation, redistribution of the lines here. And we've got a lot of logs waiting for our trucks. This should be fine then. This should be absolutely fine. We're probably about spot on there. These are still waiting till full, not that they need to be at the moment. We are on the brink. Montgomery requires new cargo types. Is Montgomery having issues? You might be, or are you... Oh, no, maybe not. I can't remember. Let's have a look at the charts. Oh, you were a bit up and down, but we are working on your stuff. We still need to rebuild Montgomery Station so that we're not crossing. There's no need for our mixed goods train to cross over. It's unnecessarily holding up some traffic. Our passenger trains are obviously going to cross over. But we could have one... the other side? I don't know yet. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one doesn't need to scoot past here any longer. But it was a good example of those two not getting in the way of each other. And that should have upped how much we deliver now on our mixed goods train as far as logs are concerned. So that's going to see a bit of a boost all over the shop. How much time do we have? Well, do you know, we could address this a little bit. What sort of line rate do we have here? It's coal we are lacking on mostly. We've got 235 versus 238. I mean, it's near as, but since we're behind on coal, what we might as well do is duplicate one. There we go. That will boost it a little bit. So we can catch up on coal. We have increased our coal trains throughput as well. Oh, this is picked up nicely. Here's the other thing about what we've just done. Well, Boxcar Joe, for a start, is going to be flying through this station a little quicker. And our steel train is going to be shifting up that hill a bit until it gets to the viaduct, of course. That's still limited to 56 miles an hour. But everything prior and after it is quite a bit quicker now. And we can do 75 miles an hour with train 10. Steely Dan. Is that what we're calling him? Why not? I mean, we could call him that. I'll tell you what, guys. We haven't had a name the train for a long time. Pick a name for our steel train. I'm going with Steely Dan, so if you're behind me on that one, we'll go with that. Otherwise, other ideas down in the comments, and we'll pick one. We'll pick one together. Right, I'm happy with those changes. Much happier with this junction layout. This one we could extend and change if we wanted to. We've got a bit more coal, so we should now see some of this excess iron be used. Do we want a close-up of our caboose, since our train is parked up there? That's kind of nice of you. That's lovely, isn't it? I do like this. Yeah, I like that a lot. There's a lot of detail in that. Very well made. Beautiful. There goes our passenger train. We're still in profit, guys. I mean, not as much profit, but we are still in profit. You are flying through that crossover now. That's good to see. That's a bit of extra throughput, isn't it? Perfect. Yeah, so we can probably turn it off. Well, it was nice to see that. Maybe we'll just stick it on medium, given that maximum leaves us still roughly in profit. Are we good? Very good, very good. Yeah, everything's 100%. We'll stick it on 25% for everything. And that will ensure... I'm going to make sure. I'm going to click it off, click it on again. I'm going to apply that. And I'm going to apply that because I don't know whether I clicked on a vehicle. So now we're... Oh, is that just those? See? We have an EMD GP9, guys. We've unlocked a new diesel. Wow. There's something to look forward to for the next episode. I know where he's going. And it reminds me? No. It rhymes with iron. No, that's not right. It is iron. Anyway, should we check our actual vehicles? Are you all very good? No, you see, sneaky. They're not all very good at all. Oh no, because you've you've messed it up, haven't you? Apply very high on it all. Go, go, go. Oh, the new one wouldn't have had it, would it? I don't think. I think they default to whatever the basic is. Yeah, so very high. We'll stick it on there. Look at all the trains going through. I'm going to stick it on fast forward briefly. Whee! Just until this reaches 100% on absolutely everything. And there we go. Very good. Everything. Hit play. I'm going to make sure everything is unchecked. And then we're going to stick this to high, which means they shouldn't get too dirty or too rusty from now on. And since we can afford it on maximum, it's not a big deal, is it? There we go. This is what I was talking about with our steel train. Usually has to wait quite a little while for it still to be loaded, but we should have addressed that to some extent. Yeah, there we go. We're getting constant amount of coal. And where's our coal train? You're just coming in now. That's beautiful. And finally, what sort of throughput do you guys have out of interest? 428, really? You could probably have a bit of wait until full, couldn't you? And a bit of a longer station, perhaps. Yeah, there we go. A bit of a longer station. Wait until full, please. Perfect. There we go. There we go. We're all done. I love these over here. Why are the train tracks not like this, Urban? This would be perfect for train tracks, the detail on this. That's lovely. Bit of wear and tear on them. Well, maybe we could steal this this for our other train tracks. I know it's like all sorts of fake, but it would look nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, that's not what we're doing now. We need to pick our... Is our steel train heading back up? Almost. That's what we'll do to end it. We'll head back up on our steel train. 192 of 198. Was 191. There's plenty of goodies in there, so we'll be moving very shortly. I'm going to pause it there. We've got our mixed goods train already on its way back, and that's going to pick up a bunch of steel as well. We've got our coal train heading back up the hill, And we'll see how all those changes pan out in our next episode. We'll take a look at some other stuff around the map, including our logs and how my little tweak there has improved the throughput of those. Alright guys, there we go. We're on board our steel train, our new consist. It's a little bit quicker, and I thoroughly enjoyed that one today. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of tweaking done, a little tidy up on this junction, some faster tracks happening, and that's going to speed up our network, isn't it? Across the board, especially down this end anyhow. And we finally got this bridge looking not terrible. And all in all, this whole getting back on to the main line is rather nice. This is I guess this is the eastern-western corridor merge, isn't it? It merges from the eastern to the western and vice versa, yeah. What would that be called in real world terms? Is there a name for that, where two major corridors, like, swap? I don't know, I can't describe it, so probably not. Guys, we're carrying 198 steel up the hill. We will slow down to 56 miles an hour once we get to the top. We may slow down before then. I can't remember if there's a train ahead of us or not. So, yeah, there may be a few waiting for free paths happening. I don't think it says it on here, does it? Anywhere on the HUD when you're riding. No. Hope you enjoyed that one. It was time for a bit of tweaking, a bit of numbers again after a lot of building. We'll also be heading out next time to increase the capacity and the frequency of our electric line again, so we can see how that has settled in. I might as well let it run for a full episode. We've played it quite a bit today, haven't we? Guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.